Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is Societal Narcissism. This video is sponsored by contribution from Matthew. This is a follow-up. You might remember his last video, Narcissist Recording, Boomer Violence, where his boomer father broke in the door and attacked him on the Ring Cam. But before I get to his next video, please go to the description box, click on the Rumble link. I ask everybody to watch on Rumble, as I'm still monetized there, and it'll help out with the channel. Here's Matthew's story. Hi, Ollie. This is a recording I got from a Ring camera that my boomer narc dad forgot was in the living room. I heard this conversation after he blew up on me one day, and my half-sister, his new main supply, came to visit. She's been scamming him for hundreds of thousands of dollars, over $230,000 in 3 years. She's also exhausted the rest of my family by always asking for money. We gave her all we could and realized she was never going to stop asking. My dad has continued to enable and infantilize her so he can get his supply from her. She's not even his blood daughter and has never lived with him. She didn't speak to him or come around for years until he started giving her money again. They have a very strange transactional relationship. She is even married, and my dad refers to her husband when talking to her as that guy. She has 2 kids, 14 and 20, who she is also using to manipulate my dad. I've seen this happen before. Like, you've seen people only in it for the money and come around for the money. But the fact that she's not a blood relative, and he keeps giving her money, I mean, depending on what I'm hearing, from what the video is titled, I'm wondering if he's paying for her silence on something, because that's what it seems like. This all came to a head when my dad broke his hip and was in the hospital. It was then that I saw she was texting my dad and still asking for money constantly. I spoke with her and told her now would be a great time for you to stop asking dad for money. She went off on me and said, "You're going to sell the house, give me half, and I'm going to have my money." She also threatened to have people hurt me, and I have that recording as well. I didn't know where this came from. I showed it to my dad, and he acted like he was on my side, but I later found out that he told her to be careful what he says to me because I could possibly record it. She's got something on him. She's got something on him. He's paying her for her silence. Something my wife Euphra's father used to do as well. To this day, I mean, she hasn't spoken to her family in 12 years now, something like that. She could call him up and demand pretty much whatever she wanted out of him, and he would pay it, and he knows why. And he said, like, we know what this is about. He's paying for her silence. A few days later, I learned that the day before my dad broke his hip, he had finalized a trust where he put my grandparents' family home 50-50 to my half-sister and I. She knew before I did. He only did this, in his own words, to make sure my aunt couldn't get it when he dies because they don't get along. Mind you, I am his only blood child, and it is my grandparents' home that I was raised in. My dad and uncles lived there their entire adult lives, and my dad is the last one left. My parents have been separated my entire life, and my siblings and I all have different dads. But my dad bonded. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like he bonded all right. Bonded with my older sister when him and my mom got together before I was born. A month before he was injured, I was about to move to Lake Tahoe when he told my now wife and I we could move into the back house on the property. So we did, and we took care of him through 2 hip surgeries. My dad claimed he was not aware that my sister could force me to sell the house. He claimed he was going to change it, but then started telling me I would have to take out loans and buy her out. This was all by design. He did this all by design. In this recording, you also hear him say he removed me from getting any finances, and it would all be going to my sister. Told you, forget the will. I learned how they bonded over a mutual hatred and jealousy of me. A couple years later, I was attacked by him, your boomer violence video, and he was arrested. I am no contact and moved across the country, yet he is still trying to retaliate by putting a restraining order on me. Yeah, they never give up. They never give up. The question you need to ask him, that I'm sure you haven't, is what did you do to her? What are you paying for her silence about? Now, you would have to now you could better answer that. What was their relationship like growing up? What was he like? He's paying for her silence. That's what's going on. I have a baby on the way, and I'm glad I got out of there. I'm pretty sure he's going to give my sister the family home now as well, but I don't care what happens because now I am free. That's why I tell you, you don't hang in for a will, ever. You're not getting it. I was abused my entire life by my dads and my uncles. I was sleep deprived, forced to stand in one place for hours without being allowed to sit or sleep. The first time I stayed with my dad as a child because I couldn't look him in the eye. I was later beaten and sent to the room where I was told to take my clothes off while he sat there. I blanked out. That happened several times until I was old enough to stand up for myself, and I refused because I knew it was wrong around 7 years old. So I wonder what he did to your sister that she's blackmailing him over. I was used to stalk my mom and snapped on when I didn't cooperate. I was snapped on doing homework, learning instruments, for not following basic rules at home, like having to wear slippers inside or leaving lights on. Every morning before school was like a battle, arguments and blow-ups on me over dumb things like I wasn't allowed to wear low socks. I wasn't allowed to spike or put gel in my hair. I had to get ready for school and car mirrors on the way because I wasn't allowed to be by myself at home. Know what that's like? It was exhausting. I was belittled after every Little League football practices he'd go to, and kept awake at night being scolded for not applying myself and making mistakes at practice. I was also love-bombed with cake and used as a prop for his band, and for him to brag about my talents when it would make them look good. I was made to believe I had learning disabilities because my dad didn't take any accountability for my struggles. I was attacked and jumped several times by my dad and my uncles, who often would start chaos, then threaten to call the cops on me. I was hated for being white and told pretty people get everything given to them because I had blonde hair and blue eyes. And he said, just like the Heineys, my white mom's family, and had to listen to how much they hated white boys they grew up with. I did not know. So you're mixed race. I did not know that. Are you? You didn't look it, but okay, maybe not. That's weird. Because I saw your dad. Your dad looked white. You look white. So what's the white boys thing about? Unless it's Latino. I was taught to hate myself, but that didn't work because I had faith in God in my life, thanks to my grandparents. Oh, wait, it is Latino based on your okay. Yeah, your name. Okay. Gotcha. And based on, Lake Tahoe area. All right, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, that dude definitely did something to your half sister, without a question. Want to be a band member, the whole thing. Absolutely. He's paying for the golden child's silence. I believe I was poisoned, and I never felt safe eating the food he would leave for me, mainly because I never saw him eat it. And I was always sick around that time. When my grandparents passed away, I was kicked out and homeless for years until I got into the trade. Despite that, I tried to honor my parents and mainly make my grandparents proud to protect the name. the only family I knew. After my uncles passed, I did the best I could to be there for my dad. But in the end, I only learned how much he really hated me and how evil narcissists can be. My sister can deal with him now. It's a dangerous game they're both playing. It's not healthy. I was the only one who really cared about him. I know he knows she's only there for the money. Yeah, but there's nothing he can do about it because she's blackmailing him on something. Guaranteed. 100%. 100%. I know I will be fine because God is gracious and always provides. I've been an electrician for 8 years and was homeless for the first 3, living out of my car. I've overcome a lot to get where I am today. I just got hired by the union here and things are looking up, though I had to take a big pay cut. I'll have to work my way back up. Still having nightmares, but I know this will all be behind me. I can't wait to meet my son and be the father I never had. Your videos and hearing people's stories really help. Keep exposing the narcs. Much love and respect, Matthew. Yeah. You're dealing with a degenerate narc boomer dad who took liberties with your sister that he is now being blackmailed for. And he has some sort of racial hatred for his own son because he feels inadequate. That's on him. So on to the recording. It's about eight minutes long.
Man, she's pretty good, yeah. You got something to say, like Trump, you know. You got something to say. You say anything, man. He's good at that, man. You got a mouth, yeah.
Kind of a little hard to understand him. There's no video on this one. That's why it's just audio.
It's a lot more than I ever had. I always think about what you say after it's gone. You know, what you say. Like, one of the last things he said to me when he walked away, I said to him, man, you want the house, you're going to have to buy a tear house, so save your money.
Is he drunk? I mean, he sounds drunk. I didn't say he was drunk, but he sounds drunk.
You bought your car, you got to make good credit, and just pay it, Taryn, buy her out like everybody else does. And he says, how much did you?
All for Taryn. You got your car, you got your credit. Like he's basically telling Matthew here, you're not getting shit.
How much did you pay for it? In other words, you know, what did you pay? You didn't pay anything. I should have said later on. I should have said I never wanted anything.
Yeah.
I never wanted anything. And I got it. Because I don't.
Oh, that's right. He's talking to her. You're both there. I heard this conversation if you blew up on one day. Me and my half sister. I gotcha.
I never wanted anything.
Yeah.
I never want to be the last guy standing.
Right.
I didn't want it. I didn't want that house. I gave it to Cooper, to my sister.
I mean, he sounds like a child. He sounds like a spoiled, entitled boomer child his entire life.
But it just worked out that way because I think it's a greater plan. We got blessed. I'm the only one that has kids in the end, too. Yeah.
That's interesting. Wow.
Yeah, I never wanted. That's what I should have told. I never think. I don't have a mouth. I don't think. I don't know what to say. I didn't say anything when he said that. Well, what did you pay for it? That's the last thing he said when he went the steps. When he says, you got to buy her out, start saving your money. It's like you did. You got to buy a car, now you keep up the payments, you get good credit, buy her out like everybody.
Like he didn't pay for the house, right? It was left to him. But he's telling you how you got to entitlement.
Yeah, so he said, what did you pay for it? You should have said, I never wanted it. That's really honest and true. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I never wanted it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't really mean anything to me now. Even now, it doesn't mean anything. Just a head roof over my head. I got blood. I don't have to worry about it. To me, it's a burden. Now I got to get rid of all my stuff. And I feel bad.
Oh, it's a burden. You hear? He's still a victim. It's a burden. Still, it's a burden.
I don't have to worry about selling all the equipment because the equipment's going to be worth more when
Somehow he makes himself the victim still, right?
it gets older, the vintage stuff. it's going to be worth, a lot of it's going to be worth even more. You know?
The boys kind of know a little bit of what's going on, and they both told me. They said, so would there actually be a chance, like if he bought you out or whatever, that we would keep the house? And I said, like, I never thought of it because I don't want to think of my dad passing away. I'm like, that's not what's important to.
Oh, bullshit. She don't want to think about it, yet she confronted you. How you gonna sell the house? I mean, here's the thing, Matthew. Like I said, like this is a blessing in disguise, because having to deal with these people, it's just going to be more and more problems. Then you know what? You should be like, thank you for putting me out of my misery now and pulling the mask off completely before you're dead. So now I don't have to deal with it once you're dead. Because if you think she's just going to get this house free and clear, and like the rest of the family isn't going to be all over it. I mean, come on. That sister he's worried about, she's going to make issues. Why do you want to involve yourself in that? Let him have it.
Me, you know? And they're like, I couldn't even think of selling it because it's the last thing of Grandpa. You know?
Yeah.
And I was like, I know. We just don't think about that. Like, we just don't want you to die. I don't want you to pass away.
You know, there's an issue too, like, a man legally has papers that a man legally owned by my son.
Yeah.
And if you're in the family, you have to pay that much taxes. I think. I'm not quite sure how it works, but if you're not, then you might have to pay taxes on it. But I have pieces of paper that says you're my daughter, but then after that they said I wasn't. But I got a piece of paper that says you are. If you're my daughter, it says that Matt. My name is Brian Orozco. I'm in the court, and I'm the parent. I'm the father of Matt Orozco Haney and Taryn Nicole Haney. I'm the father and the judge, and so forth. It starts out with that. So at one point, I was actually have court documentation that you're my daughter. You know,
so here he's acknowledging it's not his biological daughter, but he's got paperwork to say she is. Like, he's making sure she's going to get her money. That's for sure.
I have that to find that piece of paper, my health. But I think if you put it in a trust, you don't have to pay taxes. But I know for sure, from what Roger told me and sort of Tommy, is that if I was to sell this house and buy another house, I would have to pay a lot of taxes because this is.
How old is he? He's going to buy another house? Like, he's going to sell this house and buy. I mean, that's boomer mindset for you right there. This is what we're talking about with these boomers. Like, no, don't buy another house. Go get something small and rent. Like,
it's protected under Prohibition 13. If it stays in the family, it just keeps the rate, the original rate, which is like $3,000 a year. No, $6,000 a year, something like that. $6,000 a year. It's $3,000 each payment. You got to pay 2 times a year.
Really?
So $6,000 a year. But if I bought another house, it wasn't a part of my parents. I went out and bought a house with the money. That if I sell this house, I have to pay a lot more in taxes.
yeah, exactly. And that's part of the thing. That's part of the argument we're talking about with the boomers having it so much easier. His tax rate, because it was the parents' house and it stayed in the family, stays at this antiquated rate where everyone else is probably paying 4 to 10 times more than he's paying. It's like kind of like how rent control works. Oh, wow.
Like Tommy said, he had to sell his mom's house because he did like what I did. He built in the back of his mom's house. He built 2 units. Comes on different issues in California. And that's right.
Actually do that? Would you actually?
My automatic. What was it talking about before that?
The football stuff with him.
Huh?
The football stuff with him.
Oh no, it was before that. It was something else after that. I forget.
Oh, we were just talking about when he came in and the last week.
No, it wasn't that. It was like we were talking about the bat the other day. I said if you were something about the bat, and asked you a question, and you said you didn't want to think about it. What did the Baton Brothers ask you about? You would sell the house?
Oh, they said, would you actually do that? Would you actually, like, they were just asking, like, if they don't, I told them I don't really know anything about it, but they're like, would you really sell it? Because it's the last thing of Grandpa, you know?
Yeah, and your sister's just playing dumb. Like, your sister's playing dumb just so he hears what he wants to hear.
Because they're like, that's kind of sad. Because they said it's kind of sad because it's the last thing that's of you. You know what I mean? So they were like, that's kind of sad to sell it.
It's so sad, but she's demanding you sell it before he's even dead. That's how sad it is to her.
You know?
Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
But I don't know anything about anything legal.
Yeah, I know.
I don't. I never thought of it because it's not what was, like, important to me.
Yeah.
What a lie. And this should just show you.
So I just feel in my heart that when you pass away,
what a snake your sister is.
Yeah.
I already know.
Sorry. That should just show you completely how she could just sit there and lie to him. Oh, yeah, it's about you being like, we don't. And then be demanding that it be sold to you. Like, knowing. Before you even know that this even went down or what the deal was with the house, she already had all the information. So if she's going to do it to him, imagine what she'll do to you after he's gone. Please. He did you a favor, believe me.
And even if he was 50-50, if he wouldn't give you any money for the rentals. He would give you a penny of it. That's why I have you. So I told you about my bank accounts. I paid it upon death, paid bill to Taryn because I know he's not going to give me anything.
Oh, I didn't know you actually put my name.
Huh?
I didn't know that you actually put my name.
Yeah, it's on I told you.
No, you told me, but like I said, I don't know much about it. And
no, it's payable upon death.
Yeah, okay.
Like you have to have a beneficiary.
Oh, okay.
You know, so it either goes to the estate, not the estate, but to the estate, Brian Roscoe Trust, Living Trust. It says there that man gets all of everything, all the bank accounts and everything. But then I made my attorney says, except for payable upon death. So they put it in there. It says the bank can't touch it because it says right there payable upon death, the beneficiary, not the Roscoe Trust. It says Taryn Haney.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you have to go to those banks. Did I give you a list, remember?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have it.
Wow, he is just setting you up for failure. Just telling her what to do, go to the banks because it's all set up in your name. But
you have to go with your ID and tell them you're hearing it. It's not your dad. Yeah.
Does he know that?
Huh?
Does he know that?
No.
Okay.
But he does know that I told him. He said, "How much money did you give Taryn?" I said, "Well, about $1,500 a week for how long? 30 a week." What, 3 years? She said, "That's enough to buy a house." He said, I went, "Well, it's a down payment for a house. It's not to buy a house."
$1,500 a week for 3 years. Whew. $1,500 a week for 3 years. It's like what, $6,000 a month? Jesus. Must be nice. He did you a favor, but I'm telling you this. He's paying for her silence. Why else would he do this? That much hatred over you? No. He's paying for her silence. But at the end of the day, he did you a favor because he really not only tore the mask off himself, he tore her mask off as well. Because she could sit there and just lie to him like this, right to his face, and then turn around and do what she did, make the demand she's making of you. She's telling you, you're not getting this. She's got to fight for every cent of this, and it's not worth it. You made the right decision moving across the country and moving on with your life and starting a family. So, congratulations with the birth of with the upcoming birth of your son. Never let him around any of these people, ever, for any reason. Because he's going to die, and then the fireworks are going to start out there, and you don't want any part of that. So, I hope that helps. Thank you so much for another contribution and story, Matthew. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, something you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up a Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with either the Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, and email links in the description box below. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. Also, be sure to subscribe to both my channels on Rumble. If you haven't watched the video over there, please do. Even a click helps. Follow me on X and Telegram as well. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been Societal Narcissism. Take care, everyone.